We got to be in somebody's algorithm. Like we have to be. I was on here literally bashing the Bills rush game. I was bashing it. I was like, they don't even run the ball. I forgot about Singletary scoring touchdowns for 2 weeks. I stand corrected on that. But Josh Allen came over and was like, you know what? We don't even need a running back. I'm gonna run the ball every single time. Why would they do that? Like, why would they? That was a bad idea. Other thing I want to point out is Detroit. I feel so bad for I feel so bad for this team because they're in every single game. Like they're in every game. Detroit is literally just like their coach. Like the motivation, you see the motivation there, you see the determination, but they just come up small every single time. And also, Allen, you have Stephon Diggs. Don't take him for granted like A Rod did Adams. Because you see what life would be like without him.
That's facts. Man, all I gotta say is the Lions seem like they could be a problem if they just get a few things fixed. I know this is more so about the Bills winning, but I don't really want to talk. I want to talk about Detroit right now. Detroit, I feel like if they get just a few things fixed, maybe a couple help get another DB, how about Jeff Okuda, put someone else in the D line, how about Aiden Hutchinson? And I don't know. I mean, Jared Goff played well yesterday, so I can't really put that on him because he played pretty good yesterday. But it feels like they're just missing some piece. I'm not sure what that piece is, but they're missing something to be able to get over the hump. Because I feel like they're a pretty good team. I mean, people were talking about how they were last in defensive ratings, but it seemed like they've been playing well on defense the last few weeks. So I think more so that was more so the early season trying to get everybody together. Of course, they're them being on hard knocks and stuff like that, but I just think that they're starting to finally figure out who they are as a defensive ball club. And if they get maybe another weapon on the side of Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then help with that running back with Jamal Williams and Swift, I think they could be an issue for the NFC North coming up in the if not next season, the next 2 years, man. Because I feel like Detroit they played very well yesterday. They played their butts off yesterday. So I think I'm giving props to Detroit, even though that was a loss. They've been playing well these last few weeks.
All right, Detroit on the come up. Watch out, Green Bay, right? That's the division about to flip. All right, so Tom, I agree with you, man. They established that run, man. They established that run early. Singletary had 72 yards, averaged 5.1 yards per carry. That's really good. Josh Allen was inaccurate a lot of times. It's funny because, the commentators always, it's his injury. It's his injury. But, I mean, I seen some games when he was inaccurate. Just go back to that Dolphins game. He was very inaccurate in that game. But, you know, like you said, Stephon Diggs, him and Josh Allen couldn't get that connection. A lot of it has to do with Josh Allen being inaccurate throws to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs did drop a key pass on the sideline, but he did show up when it counted. He did. He showed up in the fourth quarter, got that last TD, and he got that, I think it was like a 30-some yard pass up the middle to put them in field goal range. So he did show up when it counted. Now, Detroit played a great game, but down the stretch, they did not execute. And I do disagree with you. Jared Goff did play good yesterday, but you watch the season, if they had a different quarterback, they would probably be in the playoff picture. All right. Yeah. All right. So the Jared Goff is the problem, I would say. All right.
I was talking about yesterday. Like
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. There. Yep. Tom will agree. I said Tom will. Carl agree. So Detroit played great, but the down the stretch they didn't play good. Now it was on that second down, second and 15, I think they threw the ball to St. Brown, and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't call a timeout. They tried to rush to the line and like no huddle. I'm like, why y'all not calling a timeout? But I get it because they didn't want them to challenge it. They try to get the playoff, and they end up challenging it, and it wasn't the first down. But when it's 3rd and 1, you've been doing good all game in short yardage games. Run the ball. Put the ball in your running back's hand behind that defensive line. They don't have a bomb. They already hurt on the defensive line. Run the ball, but instead they throw a bomb. I did not understand that play. So by them doing that, it gave the Bills more time on the clock to do what they did to not let it go to overtime. So that's my feedback on that game. It just shows you where the two teams are. The Bills are playoff team. the Lions are a non-playoff team, and you saw how it happened, how they worked down the stretch. All right.
Lions got a lot of potential, man. A lot of potential. No more Hard Knocks, though. No more Hard Knocks. It's a curse. It's a curse, man.
It is.
I was not saying that golf wasn't the issue. I was just simply talking about yesterday's game. I know how he's played all year. I'm just talking about yesterday's game. Yesterday he played well. That's all I was saying.
And Carl, I agree with you. Dan Campbell, he got away a lot. He kept going for him. Like, this dude did not trust his defense. He went for it like on his own 30-yard line. I was like, this dude do not trust his defense at all. But he can be aggressive at times.
Yeah, and one more thing. I know we gotta get to the greatest game of the afternoon, but I cut the game off, right? Because I thought they was going in overtime because I was going to get some food, right? And I come back and I see the Bills won. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, how did that happen? That right there, that just sums up Detroit's season. What happened?
What happened? There you go. In every game, what happened?
Yep.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.